Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back for another Total War Guide video. Today, we're going to go through 3 easy steps to make Warhammer 2 Total War look amazing, including what in-game settings to use, graphics mods to subscribe to, and adding Reshade, a great graphics enhancement tool to add those final finishing touches. Let's get started. Creative Assembly has a nasty habit of blurring out campaign terrain and textures using lighting and shaders that aren't really up to par, and AA options that are either too ugly or really performance heavy, generally just not making the most out of a game graphically. Now, while the recommendations I make here in this video will affect your performance, if you generally play on higher settings without stutters, you shouldn't have anything to worry about, and at most, you might see a drop of 5 to 8 FPS. So the first thing I want you to do is minimize any of those stuttering and major FPS drops. I want you to look at the screen now at the settings that I have and mimic what I've got. So turn down AA to ×2, shadow and VFX detail to high, make sure reflections and depth of field are off, and only have the SSAO checked on the right side. These should definitely help your performance in campaign and in battle mode, but if you're still experiencing a bit of stuttering here and there, the best thing you can do is lower down your unit size. Battle stutters generally have to do with the number of bodies on the field, so minimizing this might help. Also, make sure you've got the unlimited video memory ticked. The game generally doesn't pick up on the total RAM you've got available, so checking it means it will utilize as much as it needs to run the game as smoothly as possible. So now that we have the game set up to run as best as it can, let's get a few quality of life mods that enhance some of the textures, lighting, and weather. First off, definitely get Banner Overhaul 2. It replaces old banners with ones that look a lot bigger, more realistic, and beautiful. It's a simple mod, but one that adds a lot to the experience. Next, we have high-resolution UI improvements, which resizes most of the UI panels from recruitment to objectives, with the end result looking a lot more clearer and easier to use. I highly recommend this quality of life mod. It makes a big difference, guys. One of my favorites is Painted Campaign Map, which turns this bland, hated map of vanilla into this. A beautifully colored campaign map that just looks a lot nicer. My final recommendation here is Miziski's Ultimate Lighting and Random Weather mod, which makes battle environments, colors, weather, and lighting look much more refined and better looking. The only thing it doesn't affect is quest battles, which apparently have a hardwired preset, but otherwise it's a fantastic mod. Definitely give it a try. To enjoy all of these changes, I also recommend the Better Camera mod, which gives you more cinematic options and lets you zoom in and out much better. So with all these graphic settings to enhance performance and the mods to fix some quality of life bits for Warhammer 2, next up we want to look at Reshade. Now if Reshade isn't something you've used before, then no worries, I'll just go through a very quick guide here on how to download it, install it, and add it to your game in less than 5 minutes. So first off, you want to go to the bottom of the home page on the website until you see that download button and hit that. Program will download, and it is completely safe, so don't worry about any antivirus messages that pop up. Once downloaded, you need to run the Reshade setup program and select a game you want to use the application for. So go in there and select Warhammer 2. Then, because the game runs on DirectX 11 or 12, depending on how you're set up, you want to select the second option here. This will take you to a screen with lots of unchecked boxes as seen on the screen now. You want to check all of those and hit OK. With that, Reshade will download all the files you've checked off, giving you all the tools available to play around with the in-game graphics. The only step left to do is go in-game and start playing around with these settings. So go ahead and launch the game and click on your home button or print screen button on your keyboard to bring up the menu. And you'll first go through a very short tutorial just to run you through, how to name things, where your presets are, things like that. What you want to do is start looking at this list here and just start playing around with some of the settings. This gives you the power to make Warhammer 2 the way you want it to look. For me, I picked out the below settings. Have a read through, try them out for yourself, but the HDRs add some color. The sharpen tools help get a good balance of sharpening objects while keeping some of the blur and bloom intact, while others help with the color correction. This here is also the reason why we've turned off the AA setting in game pretty much, so we can manage AA and sharpening from Reshade. I can't stress enough that this is totally up to you. I've gone through every setting I can here and found that the most helpful for me are these ones, but you might find some that are better for you that help with A and remove B. It's all up to you now, but if you want a good starting point, then try these here. If you are struggling with the settings and need a preset, you can use mine, which is in the description now. All you need to do is download it and add it to your Warhammer 2 Total War folder. The end result speaks for itself, really. You go from vanilla Warhammer 2 visuals to modded and reshaded Warhammer 2, which looks amazing. It's really a whole new game and makes the experience so much better and more immersive. Not only does campaign look good, but battles look good too, from how cities and villages look to how the trees and units look as well. As always, the only hit you will take is in FPS, but this is manageable by playing around with those in-game settings like we did at the start of the video. Otherwise, you can also take a look at your graphics card settings, whether you're on AMD or NVIDIA, and definitely make sure everything is up to date and background processes aren't hindering your system. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and that these recommendations are useful. If you have any questions at all, if you're stuck anywhere and need some help, just drop a comment below and I'll respond pretty quickly usually. And if you have any recommendations that I didn't cover here that help you, then by all means drop them in the comment section below. Please do hit that like button and absolutely subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.